The coordinator can't be stopped. One of the biggest problems with integrations is the ability to cover from a fault. I'll give you a small demo of an order process going through a third party. I'll make every effort to break this integration, including shutting the application off in the middle of processing, turning off the Wi-Fi, and a few other things. Every WYSIWYG editor works perfectly on the best days, but what happens when it doesn't? Do you lose critical data, or even worse, a customer? Let's see how the transaction coordinator can prevent that from happening. Alright, before we run the coordinator, let's take a quick look at what we'd expect. We have 3 steps defined: order, report, and CSV. Each of those steps has a corresponding block. For order, we're going to get the object that we sent in and execute an HTTP GET request with the order. For report, we're going to get the response from the order step, and we're going to execute another GET request to the report endpoint. And finally, for CSV, we'll gather information from both previous steps, and we'll write a CSV file to our local hard drive, marking this item as completed. Let's go ahead and run so we can see this. Alright, Perigee has started. Let's go ahead and send through the first order number, which is order number 1. You'll see it says in queued, and right away we have completed all 3 of the steps and logged out the information. The coordinator has already taken care of the two-way data synchronization back to SQL Server, since that's where we said the remote source would be. Everything from the initial transaction to all of the steps, status, request and response information, codes, execution counts, and a few other bits of information. Now that we've seen what a success is supposed to look like, let's start breaking things, or at least let's try. I've added a line to throw a brand new exception right in the middle of the report block. Let's go ahead and run Perigee, and we can see this. I'm going to send through another order, this time number 2. We'll see that that exception causes the report step to completely fail. The coordinator will automatically retry this here in just a few seconds. This doesn't look very good. Let's go ahead and stop, remove the error, and restart. The coordinator is already aware that order 2 is in progress, so you'll notice it picks right back up on the report step to complete order 2. Order 2 has now been completed. Alright, for this one I'm going to send through order 3, only this time I'm going to go ahead and hit a breakpoint when it gets to the report. Before it can actually execute and send off the request, I'm just going to stop the application. This will simulate a crash. You'll notice when the coordinator starts back up, it immediately picks back up on the fact that order 3 did not complete, and it resumes its report step. Let's try something different. Let's go ahead and cut our network connectivity completely off. Notice the coordinator reacts by shutting down temporarily. That's because I've set an option that requires internet for this to run. If I automatically reconnect, you'll notice here in just a moment that the coordinator will start right back up. Alright, let's look at one more thing the coordinator can easily do. Let's add another endpoint here to replay transactions. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. Now that Perigee is running, I've changed our endpoint to be replay. What this is going to do is submit order number 3 to be replayed again. This is really powerful, as our third-party source may have lost order data, or we may have a support request to re-execute that order. The coordinator makes this very easy. By sending that into the replay, you'll notice it's going to re-execute order 03 and walk back through the steps one at a time to make sure that that has gone to completion. A replay can pull up the original payload that was sent on the first time it was sent in and start a brand new transaction with that original payload. It allows you to replay orders, repeat a day's worth of data, and provides a disaster recovery plan for when your third party has an outage.